3, 2, 1. Please start.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's 4:30 p.m. right now, and I welcome all the members to the 55th annual general meeting of the company. This annual general meeting is being conducted through video conferencing in accordance with the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. I would now like to introduce the board members and senior management. Let me first request Dr. Harshad Mehta, promoter of the company, to introduce himself before the members. Over to you, Harshad sir.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Harshad Mehta. I'm promoter of Ratan Shah, and I'm joining the AGM from my house in California, USA.
The board has appointed Mrs. Bhavna Harshad Mehta as a chairperson for this AGM. I would request Bhavna Harshad Mehta, Managing Director of the company, to introduce herself before the board members.
Thank you, Bhavit. I am Bhavna Harshad Mehta, Managing Director of the company, joining this RIR AGM from my residence in California, USA.
I would now request Mr. Kisan Ratilal Choksi, Independent Director of the company and Chairman of the Audit Committee, to introduce himself before the members.
Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. Introduction, yes.
Sir, I am Kisan Ratilal Choksi, joining this meeting from my office in Mumbai. Kisan sir, you will have to speak. I am Kisan Ratilal Choksi, joining in this meeting.
If you're on mute.
Sir,
No,
you have to speak. I am Kisan Ratanlal Choksi. Yes. I am Kisan Ratilal Choksi, Director of the company.
Mr. Praveen Gambhir Shah, Independent Director of the company and Chairman of Stakeholders Relationship Committee and Nomination and Remuneration Committee. I will request Praveen sir to introduce himself before the members.
I am Praveen Gambhir Shah, Independent Director of the company. I am joining from my office.
Good afternoon.
Praveen, you are not audible. Keep your mouth on this side, then you are audible.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Good afternoon. I am Piyush Kantilal sir, Director of the company. I am attending this AGM from Registered Office of the company in Mumbai.
Mr. Kaushal Mahendra Mehta, Independent Director of the company. I will request Kaushal to introduce himself before the members.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Kaushal Mehta, Independent Director of the company, joining this meeting from my office in Mumbai.
Dr. Madhav Devidas Manjrekar, Independent Director of the company. I will request him to introduce himself before the members.
Namaste and good evening, everybody. I am Dr. Madhav Devidas Manjrekar. I am attending this AGM from North Carolina in USA.
Mr. N. Ramesh Kumar, Director of the company. I will request the newly appointed board member, Mr. N. Ramesh Kumar sir, to share his experience about joining the board. He has over 37 years of experience in the field of marketing and business management. He is presently associated with CG Power and Industrial Solution as a president and heading business and industrial division of CG Power. I will request Ramesh Kumar sir to introduce himself before the board member.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. My name is N. Ramesh Kumar. I am attending this 55th AGM of RIR from my house in Mumbai. And to give you some background about me, I have been having an experience of almost little less than 40 years now, ever since I completed my engineering. And currently, I am heading the industrial business of CG Power and Industrial Solutions Limited, based out of Mumbai. And I also been associated with RIR for little less than a year now as a director in RIR Power. And I have been watching RIR very closely, apart from the meetings, attending meetings, to understand their business model and exactly what is being done at RIR. And I am very much impressed the way RIR technology, whether their focus on the semiconductor devices to equipment, and it is a rare kind of a business which RIR is doing, and RIR has been in India for more than 4 decades now. But unfortunately, there was no semiconductor focus in India. So now, once the semiconductor focus came in, the real RIR is coming out, and then people will know about the RIR strength, which is much more than the new entrants in last 1 year who are planning to come, or who has just come in on the semiconductor. And RIR is also fortunate to have Dr. Mehta as a promoter, who's the veteran in semiconductor. Not only known in India, he is known across the world for his knowledge on semiconductor. That is an added advantage for RIR. And I am sure he will take this company to great heights because of huge focus on RIR. I mean, at least, ever since one is more than 6 months, our Prime Minister has been talking only about semiconductor and semiconductor in India. But if you see, ever since he has visited USA in last 10 days, it is much more only on semiconductor. I think there is a great opportunity for RIR. I'm sure RIR will grow much faster than what it has been for last 4 decades. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your introduction. I will now request Sonali Harshad Mehta.
We can't hear you.
Sir, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Bhavin, keep whatever your text is on your left side.
Okay.
Then we can hear you.
Okay. I will now request Sonali Harshad Mehta, director of the company, to introduce herself before the members. Sonali is a newly joined board member to RIR. We welcome her on the board of RIR, and we are glad that the next generation Mehta family members are joining the board of RIR. Over to you, Sonali.
Hello, I'm Sonali Harshad Mehta, director of the company. I'm joining this RIR AGM from my residence in California, USA.
Sonali, can you share your experience about joining the board of RIR, and how much excited are you joining this company?
Absolutely. Can you turn your volume off? I'm very honored and excited to have joined the board this year and officially become part of the company. I thank everyone for this opportunity to formally introduce myself. Just some background about me. I attended the University of Pennsylvania, graduating summa cum laude with a cognitive and computational science degree. From there, I have a master's in communications from the University of West London, and I have worked in media and communications at companies like Netflix, Amazon, and Sony. I've also been helping my parents, Dr. and Mrs. Mehta, behind the scenes to ensure that our company's communication is strong and clear for both technical and non-technical audiences. And I think we're experiencing a revolution towards digital communication right now, so I believe this is a great opportunity for me to contribute to RIR's continued growth and success.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonali. I will request Trasi sir, CEO of the company, to introduce himself before the members.
I am Ramesh Gopal Trasi, CEO of RIR Power Electronics. I am taking this AGM from RIR office in Powai.
In line with introduction of the board members, myself, Bhavin P. Rambia, I am the company secretary of the company. I am joining this AGM from registered and corporate office of the company in Mumbai. I do confirm that statutory auditors of the company, Mr. Aditya Kanetkar, representing Kirtan and Padit LLP, Chartered Accountant, and internal auditors of the company, Mr. Girish Bhandarkar, representing Bhandarkar and Kale, Chartered Accountant, are also present in this meeting through video conferencing. We have the requisite quorum present through video conferencing to conduct the proceedings of the meeting. The quorum being present, I call the meeting to order on behalf of the chairman. The register of members, register of directors shareholding, other statutory register and minutes book are available for members' inspection. Any member seeking to inspect these documents can send his request by an email to secretarial@pratancha.com. Now I shall guide the members regarding general instruction to vote during this AGM. The company had provided remote e-voting facility to all the members to vote on all resolution as mentioned in the notice of the meeting. Those members who have still not voted on the resolution and who are participating in the meeting will get one more opportunity to vote for the meeting. Members will have opportunity to cast their vote by clicking on the e-voting tab displayed below their respective screens. The e-voting system will be kept open for further 30 minutes after conclusion of this AGM. Any member facing any difficulty during the course of e-voting may reach out to the helpline numbers provided by CDSL. If any member faces any streaming issues or audio or video loss or buffering during the course of the meeting, then he can re-log in into the system to ensure better connectivity. Before we move on to the chairman's speech, I would like to share a small corporate video of the company.
Welcome to RIR Power Electronics Limited, a global leader in power electronics and semiconductors, is thrilled to announce its strategic expansion into high-growth business with advanced products and solutions to emerging sectors like defense, clean energy, railways, and mining. Semiconductors are the backbone of modern infrastructure, powering the world as we know it. Leveraging cutting-edge manufacturing techniques and state-of-the-art technologies, we produce world-class semiconductors that empower our future. With a legacy rooted in vision and excellence, we have been at the forefront of semiconductor technology for the last 5 decades. As part of our commitment to innovation, here is a selection of our recent achievements. In the defense sector, we successfully developed a 125 mil device for the electromagnetic railgun and secured a commission from the Defense Research and Development Organization to build components for electromagnetic launch systems. For Indian Railways, RIR has developed 3,600 and 4,300 volt devices for diesel and electric locomotives. In clean energy, we successfully manufactured, tested, and supplied a 77 millimeter silicon-controlled rectifier to the Nuclear Power Corporation of India. RIR has also developed pulse DC rectifiers for green hydrogen and wind power generation. Our plant in Gujarat is a hub of innovation where our state-of-the-art facilities manufacture world-class technologies. This integrated facility enables comprehensive end-to-end manufacturing of power semiconductor devices like diodes, thyristors, and high-power modules. We are the sole vertically integrated manufacturing entity in India. RIR's extensive product portfolio is engineered for the most demanding, diverse, and cutting-edge applications. We manufacture a broad suite of products, including high-power semiconductors that can handle up to 9,000 volts and 6,000 amperes. RIR serves a diverse portfolio of clients, both domestically and worldwide. Our relentless pursuit of excellence is fueled by the visionary leadership of Dr. Harshad Mehta, an industry pioneer with over 5 decades of expertise in innovation and vertical integration. Under his dynamic leadership, RIR is now poised to make a groundbreaking leap in the semiconductor industry. We are proud to establish India's first silicon carbide semiconductor plant in Odisha. a project valued at INR 6.186 billion. This plant will be commissioned with central government and Odisha state government incentives. The first phase of RIR's expansion in Odisha will create around 500 jobs, strengthening India's semiconductor sector. The Odisha plant will create a self-sustaining ecosystem. Silicon carbide offers a unique combination of enhanced power efficiency, reduced size and load, lighter weight, and lower overall system costs, which is as beneficial to the customer as it is to the environment. Silicon carbide will change the face of large-scale power electronics, giving RIR the power to usher in a truly sustainable future. RIR Power Electronics has a legacy of innovation, driving progress, and delivering excellence across the globe. We're not just powering the future, we're innovating it. We welcome you to join us and shape the future of semiconductor technology together.
I will now request Mrs. Bhavna Harshad Mehta, chairperson for today's meeting, to deliver the chairman's speech. Over to you, Bhavna, ma'am.
Thank you, Bhavin. Dear valued shareholders, good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Board of Directors of RIR Power Electronics Limited, and on my personal behalf, I extend a warm welcome to all the shareholders at the 55th Annual General Meeting of the company. It is indeed an honor and privilege to address you as the chairperson and managing director of your company. First and foremost, I would like to thank and express my gratitude to Mr. Kisan Ratilal Choksi and Mr. Praveen Gambhir Chand Shah, who are retiring as independent directors of the company. Both the directors are truly remarkable gentlemen, having served this company with great value and mentorship. We were truly blessed to have learned a lot from them during their tenure of directorship. We have entered this decade where online virtual meetings have become the order of the day. Virtual communication has been a part of our daily routine, and it has changed the way we interact and communicate with each other. Technologically, we have also entered a decade where semiconductors will become the heart of all electronically run applications, and therefore its manufacturing will be the major economic driver for the country in the coming years. Our company is poised to be a part of this ambitious goal with our existing silicon-based semiconductor product line and the next generation silicon carbide technology and innovations. As you have seen in the video, it gives me great honor and pride, and I'm glad to inform you that we have broken ground on RIR's new Odisha plant on 6 September 2024 in official ceremony under the patronage of Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Sri Mohan Charan Maji. Just as RIR is India's first silicon-based manufacturing facility, the Odisha plant is India's first silicon carbide manufacturing facility. This new expansion represents a significant step towards enhancing the company's capabilities in silicon carbide-based technology. The inauguration of this new plant is considered a stepping stone towards realizing the company's vision of becoming a leader in the semiconductor industry, both locally and globally. The year 2024 also marked a significant milestone with a successful fundraising of 85.50 crores done by your company through preferential issue from institutional investors for the upcoming project. The 55th annual report for the year 2023-24 has already been circulated among the shareholders of the company. Now, let me take this opportunity to update you on your company's performance during the year gone by. The performance of the company in the financial year 2023-24 was good, and we had reported good set of numbers. The company's semiconductor devices and high power equipment business grew at a steady pace, thereby reporting overall growth of 16% in the top line. Our bottom line grew by 19%, mainly on account of better cost controls, improved product mix, prudent financial management, and optimum utilization of fixed overheads. From the fiscal year 21 to 24, your company has doubled its revenues and recorded multiple times growth in EBITDA and net profits. Our market capitalization has surpassed 3,000 crores, thereby creating substantial value and generating sizable returns for the shareholders of the company. Doing profitable business, maintaining financial stability, and creating wealth for the shareholders has always been the motto of your company. According to the board of directors, the board of directors are pleased to reward the shareholders by recommending a dividend of 2 rupees per equity share for the approval of members in this 55th AGM. The total outflow on account of dividend payment will be 147.14 lakhs. Coming to the outlook for the current financial year, I would like to state that we have maintained stable progress in our business in first quarter of the financial year 2024-25. During the first quarter, your company has reported turnover of over 21 crores as compared to 13.87 crores in June 2023 last year, thereby reporting a growth of 52% on quarterly basis. The bottom line of the company also improved during the quarter, and your company reported profit after tax of 283 lakhs in June 2024 as compared to 156 lakhs last same quarter. We are hopeful to carry on this momentum in the coming quarters, and you will witness better growth and improvement in the performance of the company for the financial year 2024-25. Now, let me highlight some of the operational accomplishments of your company during the year, which would not have been possible without your support. Number one, we manufactured and supplied an advanced product for use in green hydrogen. In our last year's annual report, we had demonstrated use case for RIR manufactured rectifiers in the field of green hydrogen. This rectifier is supplied to the Power Generation Company of India, being our first 24 pulse rectifier. It will improve reliability and efficiency. This opens the path for rectifier orders in green hydrogen sector. Number two, we also successfully type tested advanced rectifier with earthquake proof stability and high performance for nuclear power. This rectifier will be installed at one of the biggest electrochlorination plant set up by Nuclear Power Corporation of India, NPCIL. With this, RIR will be approved source for rectifier requirements of NPCIL for all their future projects. Number three, further, RIR designed, manufactured, and supplied an advanced rectifier for dumper electrification project for mining applications. This electrification project will reduce the total intake of diesel consumption for our customer. thus making RIR rectifier a viable cost-saving option for all future projects in mining sector. Fourth, designed, manufactured, and supplied pulse power switching using 125mm chips to RDE, Army Defense Research and Development Organization. This is an indigenous development done by RIR for a very prestigious defense project. This development is stepping stone to our country's vision of becoming Atmanirbhar Bharat. At RIR, we have always viewed challenges as opportunities that allow us to raise the bar for ourselves and fine-tune our strategies for growth, as we have the technical capabilities to deliver world-class semiconductor products. We are now standing at the cusp of new era and paradigm shift towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. Our Honorable Electronic Minister, Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav, considers power electronics to be the most economical and beneficial technology for the country, including silicon carbide ecosystem, supporting transportation, energy, renewable sectors, and defense. With global demand shift from conventional fuels to alternative energy and electrification, we foresee ample opportunities for growth in semiconductor industry and are looking towards the future with a greater confidence, a stronger balance sheet, a heightened optimism. The quality, durability of our products and organized business structure will help us to grow today and tomorrow. In order to strengthen our foundation, we have shortlisted a selection of reputed candidates with global experience and renown in similar product line. We expect to welcome our new CEO before the end of this year. I am grateful to my colleagues on the board for their valuable guidance and contribution towards steering the company on the path of sustainable growth. To all the employees of RIR for their untiring efforts in the service of the company. We have plans to implement a stock option plan to further motivate and intensify our team and benefit all RIR employees and shareholders. Last but not the least, I convey my thanks to all the shareholders of the company for your faith and support, which motivates us to excel in our pursuits and constantly create value for all stakeholders. I hope with utmost sincerity that in coming years, you will see RIR scaling greater heights. Thank you. I now request Mr. Bhavin P. Rambia to proceed with further business of the AGM.
Thank you, Bhavna ma'am, for your wonderful speech and sharing with us latest updates on business and development of the company. I would now like to invite Harshad sir, promoter of the company, to address the shareholders of the company. Harshad sir, shareholders are eagerly awaiting your speech for today's AGM.
Thank you, Bhavin. I think it's a very difficult path to follow right after the great speech from Bhavna, but I hope I can at least come 1/10 of it. Thank you very much for all the shareholders, all the valuable advisors, our employees who I consider as an extended family. One of the secrets I would let you know that a lot of people don't know, and that is I don't work. I have never worked because I have a dream job. As an entrepreneur, what you are looking for is the support from family, which I have, as you can see. The second one, you also want to see support from investors to support your ideas and vision, which I also feel that you are witnessing that. And most importantly of all, we have a team of people under Mr. Trasi who can execute the vision and the plan, sometimes much too rapidly, and sometimes they get too tired of getting my calls every 5 minutes, the status of it. But I do appreciate it very much. I do congratulate it. I acknowledge their support and welcome, invite Mr. Trasi to introduce the team.
Yes, sir. I think Majid and Subbarao and the team, they're not here right now, but we
But I think they are
India work,
the secret, they are the secret weapon that RIR has, including Mr. Trasi, his leadership, his vision. And I do acknowledge the our team's effort, including Lalit, tireless effort for Odisha, and Bhavin, tireless effort in terms of getting the preferential allotment done, a lot of different things. We put a lot of pressure on him, but we appreciate his support and we thank you for it. So in terms of my vision, as I said, thank you for kind words from Mr. Ramesh Kumar and a lot of people making me a globally recognized leader in power electronics, which I don't think is true. But what I have, I will share with you, is I want to make product. I do not want world record. I want to be at the leading edge of technology globally compared to big competitors. Our competitors are ABB, Siemens, Hitachi, Toshiba, Mitsubishi, and others. And we did compete with them and beat them. We installed a power quality system at Novartis plant in Shanghai against all of these global bidders. And we are bringing same kinds of technology, same kind of motivation, same kind of innovation to RIR. I have no doubt in my mind that RIR will become and will continue to be at the leading edge of technology and will compete with all the big giants. I'm not afraid of scale. I'm not afraid of size. I think as a small company, we have the ability to deliver the better product at much economical price, at much better value to the customer, and much quicker as well. And I've experienced all of this with me, and I assure you that RIR will follow all of the same principles and will continue to lead the effort, especially now. We had the intellectual property, we have the human capital that we have. What is helping us now, as Mr. Ramesh Kumar said, there's a tremendous tailwind from the government initiative and government support. However, I would state you first that though government support will be useful, I want to sustain the company with product and customers. We started RIR 22 years ago, but there was no government support whatsoever. We have developed quite unique product for defense, railways, industrial companies in India, including BHEL, BARC, and so forth. And we'll continue to do so now with silicon carbide, which is the next generation technology. But our customers and the applications are very much same. So we will continue to strengthen our inroad into those sectors, which are the growth sectors in terms of Indian infrastructure investment for at least next 20 years. So I think, again, I want to thank you, all of you. I'll be happy to answer any question anytime, but I'm committed. I'm still, as Sonali told me once, or Bhavna sent me a joke saying I'm still 16-year-old, only with 56 years of wisdom and experience. So I'm 72, but my energy levels are still as high as it can be. And we believe we will be the leading edge of the revolution on power electronics, power semiconductors. We have the means, we have your support, we have our human resource capital, we have our intellectual property, and we have a vision. And a vision is to make a product, not make a world record, but make a product that customers find useful, can generate revenue, can generate value, and we can make profit. That's our business. We all want to see make profit. We don't want to be in loss. We want to deliver the product state of the art with profit ourselves as well as to the customers. Thank you very much again. I appreciate all of your support, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Arshad sir, for sharing your wonderful insights and vision for RIR. We'll now move forward with the business matter for this AGM. As the notice is already circulated among the members, with the consent of the members, I take the notice convening meeting as read. The statutory auditors have expressed an unqualified opinion with respect to standalone and consolidated financial statements for the financial year ended 31st March 24. There are no qualification, observation, adverse remarks, or disclaimer in the audit report. I take, with the consent of the members, I take the independent auditor's report as read. We shall now take up the resolutions as mentioned in the notice of 55th AGM. I will only read out the description of resolution contained in the notice, and then we can have question and answer feedback from speaker shareholders. There won't be any proposing or seconding of resolutions, nor any voting done by show of hands. Point number 1. The first resolution is to consider and adopt standalone and consolidated audited financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2024, together with report of Board of Directors and auditors thereof. The second resolution is for declaration of dividend of rupees 2 per equity share for the financial year ended 31st March 24. The third resolution is for reappointment of Mr. Piyush Kantilal Shah, DIN number 0903-2257, as a director of the company who retires by rotation and being eligible offers himself for reappointment. The fourth resolution is for reappointment of Mrs. Kirtan and Pandit, LLP, Chartered Accountant, as a statutory auditor of the company for a term of 5 years. The fifth resolution is for appointment of Mr. Ramesh Kumar Narsinghan, DIN number 0825-7872, as a director of the company liable to retire by rotation. The sixth resolution is for appointment of Ms. Sonali Arshad Mehta, DIN number 1044-6751, as a director of the company liable to retire by rotation. The seventh resolution is to approve material related party transaction limits with Sycamore Semiconductor Incorporation USA for purchase of process know-how related intellectual property. The company has received total 4 speaker requests from the members to speak at this AGM. I would request the host now to unmute the first speaker shareholder, Mr. Naveen Botra, having DPID and client ID ending with 4774, and allow him to speak at the meeting. Speaker, can you unmute the first speaker?
A very warm greetings. Video is not enabled, Bhavin.
Sorry, sir.
Video is not enabled.
Sir, you will have to click on enable video.
A very warm greetings to our promoters, Arshad Mehta ji, Chairperson Bhavna Mehta ji, our CEO Mr. Ramesh Trasi, other distinguished board members, management team of RIR Power Limited, and fellow shareholders. I am Naveen Botra, attending the AGM from Delhi, 55th AGM of RIR Power from Delhi. I also welcome our new directors, Ramesh Kumar and Sonali Mehta ji, to the board, and wish them all the very best. And with the blend of experience and youth, we as shareholders think that the next phase of growth, they will also be participating, as the 2 shareholders, as Bhavna ji said, are retiring after this AGM. So 2 new directors are coming. It's good for the company. Wish them all the very best. So, post independence, our country, Bharat has seen many industrial and economic revolutions, and now we are witnessing another one, the semiconductor revolution. And I am very proud to be a shareholder in RIR Power as our company, which is leading the revolution from the forefront in semiconductor space. I wish my best and extend my support to Mehta ji and family and all the management team in pursuit of bringing cutting-edge technologies of the sectors to India. I have a couple of points for your kind consideration, Mr. Mehta. It will be helpful for the shareholders if you can further explain, enlighten us on the following points, sir. Sir, your enthusiasm and hard work is inspiring. As you said that 16 plus 56, you are still 72 years old. So it inspires us a lot, your hard work and your dedication. Sir, please help us understand your vision on where do we see our company in the next 5 years, and what is the top line target from our existing as well as the upcoming projects which you envisage for the company. And as well, there are some minor delays in the Odisha project. It seems there are some minor delays in the Odisha project. If you can give us the revised timeline for the phase 1A and phase 1B, it will be very helpful, sir. So coming to the point number second, I am sure since you are putting so much efforts in epitaxial process, there is large merit behind the semiconductors industry. Technology upgradation is very quick in the semiconductor industry, sir. So do you see any risk in the epitaxial process in the near future, which can make this process redundant? If yes, then is the current capacity, our current capabilities capable of adjusting to the newer technologies which might be taking birth? Your enlightenment on this will be quite helpful, sir. I have already voted in favor of all the resolutions, and I also propose a vote of thanks to the esteemed board members. I reiterate, Mehtaji is a pioneering this electronic revolution in India through RIR, and we are very thankful to our company for letting us to be part of this momentous journey as shareholders, as long-term shareholders, and I extend my full support for the same. I would take a moment to appreciate our company secretary and secretarial team led by Bhavinji for fresh communication and sharing the annual report, as well as smooth coordination joining in this AGM. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Navinji. We really appreciate all your support. We have met a number of times, including your visit to Halol, and most importantly, your presence at Odisha was the best joyous moment for me. I really appreciate your support. That is what it means. We want to make sure our investors and customers are educated of what we do. I really appreciate your company because of the fact that there are three fundamental principles of investment. I'm not a Harvard MBA or any MBA, but common business sense. Those three principles are research, research, and research. And I understand and appreciate everything that you have asked, the questions, you have read about it, prepared yourself in making the right decision. And we feel fortunate enough to have your support with that kind of an extensive research in this field. Now, let me get to both of your questions. I would take your second question first, because that is as important. Both questions are important, but there's much more dear and dearer to me, which is staying at the leading edge of technology. Even though we are small, we believe in 3 Ds, D like David: discovery, development, and delivery. All of these things go together in terms of state of the art for staying in competition with the big giants globally. On epi, the reason I see the epitaxial technology has been the way it is, and I do not see any change because of the fact the purpose of epi layer is deposit silicon or any other layer atom by atom. And the reason it is done because of the fact that the active surfaces or active areas of the components, we want them to be totally defect free. There are 2 kinds of components are made. One is made horizontally. Second one is made vertically. When you make vertical device, then epi doesn't play a role because the entire thickness of the wafer becomes an active device. On a horizontal device, the active device is only about 10 or 15 microns, while the substrate that supports that, because of the stability and not crack during the process, is at least 350 to 500 micron thick. And you don't want to make all of that extra area defect free if you are only using it for the first 10 or 15 micron for the devices. And the only technology that I know so far to make that happen is from physics perspective is deposit atom by atom to align the crystal structures. And that is the epitaxial process that we use today, is a chemical vapor deposition process. I don't see a major fundamental change. And what we would see would be, for example, our epitaxial reactor manufacturer like LPE. They keep on looking at innovating how to increase throughput, how to improve uniformity, how to improve quality on the same process. And I always been at the leading edge in terms of I keep on searching for the challenges that we face. One of the challenges we face is the substrate is X, which is 350 micron, and the epi layer that we deposit 15 to 20 micron is also about in value X. And the substrate, we don't really use it. It only supports the wafer. So if there was a way to reduce the thickness of the substrate wafer, or we can make it reusable, that would be a big economical saving in terms of the overall process. I have been working with a company in California, in Bay Area. It's a company called ThinSick, meaning they are looking at how can we reduce the substrate thickness so that we can continue to have economies of scale as well as manufacturing economy, cost economy on the silicon carbide. But it's a very incubation project, but I'm following it. I know the founder very well. I meet him almost once every 2 or 3 months. His name is Ravi. And we continue to follow that because of the fact that what they need to demonstrate that that process can deliver a reliable, ultimately reliable product as a device. So I don't, on the epitaxial front, I think Navinji, I can reassure you, we are staying at the forefront of it. I do not see any fundamental differences. There are many, very few companies who are looking at it. But again, we picked LPE because they have the largest footprint globally in terms of reactor installations specifically suited for medium and high power applications. So I think that I'll be happy to clarify it further, but I don't see that to be an obstacle for us. And we are staying at the technology development on all fronts. I just want to make sure as long as that technology follows my 3 or 4 must principle, which is manufacturable, usable, sellable technology. And we'll continue to do so. In terms of my vision for next 5 years, it's not just 5 years, but I have been looking at it since 1994, when I acquired GE's manufacturing unit. And one of the things that I try to do, which always is focus on our core expertise, our core property, which is intellectual property, is definitely number 1 or important in this sector. But at the same time, I want to make sure that we also value our human capital, our employees, our staff. I call them extended family. I give them exactly same benefits at any time that I have in terms of I put family first. And I tell our staff members, our employees and so forth, use that same way, family first. If the family issues are there, you can tell me that, sir, I'm working on this right now. And it just happened with Lalit. His father-in-law had a stroke in Ujjain and he had to go. And it was the same day that Odisha was going through the final committee clearance. And I told Lalit, do not bother, do not worry. We will take care of it and we will not bother you. So that's what I try to do. And I want to focus and leverage our intellectual property and human capital going forward. Every year, even next 5 years, I think will benefit the most. And fundamentally what we want to do is we want to stay at the leading edge of technology because we are competing against big giants. We can beat them because of the fact that for them, high volume is the way to go. If you look at where Tata and Crompton Greaves and their projects are 70,000 crores and so forth, while we are at about 600 crores because we focus on value. My business model is niche market, but very limited competition, a tremendous technology and human strength, and profitability. And this is where, in the margins, this is where we are focusing, and this is will continue to focus on. So I think that is what I'm trying to focus going forward. And this is what we'll intend to do at any given time. For example, right now I can see our core business, RIR, has many different opportunities of integrating different technology components that we brought into RIR as the power electronics market becomes a biggest momentum in terms of railways, in terms of defense, in terms of renewables. All of these are high voltage, high power market. And what happens is in high voltages, you have to be very careful about electric shocks and isolation of each level. What we are trying to do is use a component that we invented in 1994 under GE. We call it optically triggered thyristor. So we use light to turn the switches on. And when you use light, you don't have to worry about electrical isolation. And that is, I think, a tremendous benefit compared to in terms of safety, as well as the applications of our medium and high power products. So I see continuing that from the perspective of Indian Railways. They go through the technology changes anyway, and we are staying ahead of it, because as they now move forward from diesel to electric, they would be looking at IGBT rectifiers compared to what we have been providing them. And we are already, Mr. Trasi has been working on IGBT modules and IGBT rectifiers, IGBT-based systems for last year and a half. Professor Madhav Manjrekar is our technical director, is a big help in that direction as well. So we are at the leading edge of those core applications that we intend to pursue, including electric vehicle transportation, that where we see where at high volume, relatively speaking, low power, other bigger companies are investing $1 billion plus in the fabs, and we cannot compete with them with our resources. However, we do have an intellectual property on packaging that can be applied to all levels of silicon carbide power devices. And I specifically mentioned on silicon carbide because of the fact that the conventional packaging today uses wire bonds. And at a high temperature, those wire bonds melt before devices fail. And we have intellectual property developed from US Navy support, we call hermetic thin pack. We think we can apply that technology to lower range of silicon carbide devices to add value and compete with the big giants. So I think we continue to stay on top, ahead of technology. We continue to look at ways which are economical, will provide value to the customer. That is important. Customer is always looking for, yes, new product, but what would it solve my problem? Would it give me any benefit? The cost benefit trade-off, as you know, is we always look at first. In India is a land of entrepreneurs. Mid 80s or mid 90s, when I used to go to Bombay, I still go, of course, I would sit on a first seat on a double-decker best bus and go from Matunga to somewhere in South Bombay. And all I see is so many number of small business people on both sides of the road. They are doing well. They are competing with big companies, surviving and everything else. I think we have the entrepreneur spirit in us, in our DNA, and we will succeed with that. And we will focus on the core business principles, which are profitable market for us and a much better return than conventional return in the industry. I hope I answered your question, Navinji.
Sir, he was talking also about the revised timelines for phase 1 and phase 2.
Yeah, so I think you are right. With the elections, certainly there was a code of conduct delay at Minister of Electronics in terms of their decisions, in Odisha as well, following the change of government in Odisha and so forth. But as I mentioned, government support and government decisions are helpful, but our business model relies on the customers and product. We continue to focus on our timeline in terms of making. We just inaugurated groundbreak Odisha plant. We still have, our timeline hasn't changed in terms of trying to come with a happy product in 6 months and packaged product in about a year and a half, and then fully processed wafers in about 2.5 years. So we'll continue to add value as soon as we possibly can at every step of the ecosystem process. And that is what we are trying to do. So we will, I always tell my people that the problems always happen in life, whether for whatever reason, government, nature, delivery, whatever. Our solution, when someone come back to me with a problem, I said, you are only bringing the half of the issue. I want to know the solution. And we also always look for the same thing. So as we are looking at not delays, but opportunities, and sometimes solution gives us better solutions compared to what we were thinking at one point. So we could use sycamore IP of getting the products made that RIR can package and provide as an RIR package near term, while our fab assets are still being assembled and put together in Odisha.
Okay, sir, we'll confirm it with Navinji whether we have been able to answer their questions. Navinji,
I'd be happy to answer any other question. I mean, any further information you can.
Navinji, hopefully we have answered your queries which you have asked as a speaker shareholder. Are you there online? Can you confirm it? Sir, I think, yeah, Navinji.
Hello. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for the detailed answers. It's, I think, covers the both the queries, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the support.
Thank you, Navinji, for your support.
Yes.
I would request the host now to unmute the second speaker for today, Mr. Anil Babubhai Mehta, having DPID and client ID ending with 27907, and allow him to speak at the meeting. Is Anil Mehta present in the meeting?
Not available.
The
Not available.
The next speaker, Mr. Rajendra Jamnadas Seth, DPID client ID ending with 5364. Check whether he is available online, or else we'll move on to the next.
Mr. Rajendra Jamnadas is not available.
The next speaker is Mr. Manoj Bagadia, DPID and client ID ending with 8029. Check whether he is available online, or else we'll move forward.
Mr. Manoj, not available.
Speaker, you can enable raise hand option and check if any live members are available on screen who want to speak at the AGM. We can allow a couple of them to ask their questions. Members intending to speak may use their raise hand option available on their respective screens. Our host will call out your name and you are requested to confirm your name and folio number before asking your questions. One kind request will be to keep your questions in limited number so as to enable other members to participate in this question answer session.
Mr. Sandeep Rao has raised his hand. I am allowing him to speak. Mr. Sandeep, please unmute yourself.
Am I audible?
Yeah, Sandeep ji, you are audible.
Sir, my DPID is 3N00239 and client ID 100711677.
Okay.
Sir, Dr. Harshad Mehta, sir, I am one of the oldest shareholders of RIR since last 10 years and also one of the largest shareholders till the time annual report was showing the shareholders number after Bhavana Mehtaji. So it has been a privilege, and I have not sold a single share since last 10 years and continue to hold. And I and myself, my wife, Vandana, but we are holding a good chunk, almost around less than a percentage share. Sir, it's been a tremendous wealth creation, no doubt. It's a dream come true for any middle class person to see his wealth grow more than 100 times in last 10 years. And the way it has grown, full credit goes to Dr. Harshad Mehta, Bhavana Mehtaji, R.J. Tracy sir, because all of you have contributed, and we shareholders sitting today are enjoying without doing any work and just trusting on our further money. Sir, my question to certain, sir, 2-3 small questions. Otherwise, everything we are getting clarification. Sir, promoters have been selling shares on a regular basis, maybe to get funding for the new Orissa project. And also, our CEO has also been selling. So, sir, any timeline or any reasons for selling the shares? Number 2, sir, regarding central government subsidy, whether it has been a delay is there, but in your annual report, you have told that it can likely to come in another 2 to 3 months. So whether central government subsidy can be expected, and whether you have told that we are not dependent on the subsidy, and without that also our company can go. But how crucial is this subsidy, and any timeline on indications? Sir, number 3 is the company is growing by leaps and bounds, but what are the succession plan? Because members of the board are there, but still any kind of plans that are there. Number 5th is, sir, the company is going into many areas like nuclear power, defense, mines. So is it all related, or are we stepping into too many areas and focusing on it? And my final question is, sir, you have told last time that you will hold investors meet with the people whenever you are coming to Bombay, but you have hold, but it is meant only for institutional shareholders. I request you to hold also for retail shareholders, like loyal shareholders like me and many others who are there, so that we also get an time to interact with you. Thank you, and thank you, Bhavin sir, for giving an impromptu opportunity to speak to me on this AGM, and I wish you, all of you, a great success. Because of you, we are very happy, and thank you once again.
Thank you very much, sir. I think you worked a lot because you are supporting us. So please don't say that you don't do anything. Your support is critical for us, and that motivates us in terms of doing our best, or better than best as well. But let me take your question from the number 5 going forward, because that is my, as I mentioned, an educated investor and an educated customer is our best support. And I'm sorry if you felt that our investor meet in Bombay arranged through Velorum was for institutional investors. I promise you that we would announce one Saturday or Sunday sometime in December where we would host, we'll be happy to host a investor meeting and show them our halol plant through what we do and so forth. And I will be there, Bhavana would be there as well. We will be in India in December. I assure you that that is my number 1 focus. I'm sorry, I understand Velorum invited limited number of people, and those were mostly financial institutions. But your support and your kind words means a lot to me. We started with 4,000 investors. Today we have 16,000. And we want to continue to at least make sure that we have their full support, full confidence, and we educate them every step of the way. So in terms of your asking question, are we diversifying into different sectors? The answer is no. The product that we are offering to nuclear power or renewables or railways are still rectifiers. Our core strength is medium and high power. And this is where green hydrogen is looking for. They are looking for rectifiers 10 megawatt it individually because of the fact that the green hydrogen, the power plant size is 100 megawatt. They want to minimize the number of individual rectifier units they use in this total 100 megawatt. So higher the power, better they are. And that is a sweet spot for us because we focus on medium and high power. But as I mentioned, we will never divert from our core expertise. I have had numerous proposals on software development and different things, and I have totally denied them because that is not our core expertise. I will not go into any diverse area just for the sake of investment. That is not what I want to do. I want to focus. We have plenty of opportunities, plenty of growth in our core expertise. My vision is just like microprocessor changed the computers and automation and phone. My vision is power processor that RIR will build. That will bring complete revolution in terms of industrial electrification, railway equipment, grid equipment, and so forth. So I think that you can be rest assured that these are all related applications. We are uncovering applications that we should have been part of. And especially now with Atmanirbhar Bharat, the opportunities are coming up because of the fact that government is looking for local domestic supply, manufacturers, and so forth. And Mr. Trasi and his team are tirelessly uncovering this, getting satisfaction, getting test report, and so forth. So these are all the, the products they are all similar product in terms of application. And even for silicon carbide, they would be same applications because the only difference, the reason for silicon carbide is the size reduction of 1/4, temperature, high temperature capability, high power capability, and so forth. Everything that what changed from our desktop computer to iPad and iPhone and so forth. Similar kinds of things will happen, and power electronics and power semiconductors will make it happen for the industry electrification, which is global and required, even as in terms of people look at artificial intelligence and so forth. Data centers gonna have a significant opportunity in terms of innovation and to make them efficient as well as make them flexible to handle more data. So I think applications, we're gonna focus on those when our core expertise, as you said, that we are lucky, and sometimes people call it RIR to be lucky at the right time. I call luck is nothing but when the preparation meets an opportunity. We have been preparing for all of this for last 20 years. For last 4 or 5 years, we are at the junction of meeting opportunity in terms of government incentives and so forth. But at the same time, you asked me about question on the mighty central government timeline. I really don't know. That is the real answer. We are in the running. We have been asked, they have been asking us questions. We are following the steps. One of the last steps in process is called TFAG, which is Techno Financial Advisory Group, which is an international mentorship, about 10 or 12 people. And we had 2 meetings there. We have answered all of their questions. We are told that they have recommended approval of our project to the bureaucrats and beyond. But this is where how far we can go in terms of our size. We are not Tata or big companies where we can call Minister Vaishnav or assistant or deputy minister and see where things are. But I believe in doing the right thing, doing what we need to get done, and hopefully we will get government subsidy. But at the same time, as I mentioned, we have with this IP from Sycamore, we can achieve same goals that we want to achieve even without subsidy, and we will generate, we will have to raise funds. But for the last 20 years, there were no government subsidies in RIR business, and RIR business has grown from when we purchased 4 crore revenue. to this year, we are targeting close to 100, and without any subsidy because of our product and our human capital and our innovation. In terms of promoter selling share, I think that's a very good, and I'm glad you brought it up, because of the fact that even at the last AGM, if you look at or hear that in terms of the recordings, I had said, we will sell the shares, not because we are losing interest in the company. We are truly confident. We still own about 68% of the company. Sometimes what we sell is maybe 5,000, whatever. I recall, and I'm very, I live in present, so I can tell you the last one that we sold. Right there, I called Bhavin, I think in the morning around 9:15 or 9:20 a.m. in India time. He can vouch. I said, Bhavin, what's going on the share side? He says there are 18,000 buy order and there were no sell order. Now, and I said, okay, we sell our share because of the fact that the liquidity, it creates a liquidity in the market. It helps other shareholders. No reason for us to hold 68% and there is no, people look at volume. I still want to get out of this ASM limit plus minus 5%. I don't know how we do it. We need to increase our volume. And in terms of CEO Trasiji, he had stock options or shares from Orient days for 20-25 years. And I know his son is in US and his daughter is going to the college. And he asked me, and this is where he sold. Now, if you look at it, every time, and this is the fact, you can even look at that. My last sale was end of August. I knew at that point that Chief Minister of Odisha is going to do the groundbreaking on September 6th. And even that news will accelerate or will increase the market of RIR shares. And it did. Even though I knew, I sold it the lower point. I sold it at 2,300. Within 2 weeks, the market, the share, I think, or within a week or so, it went to 3,500. I knew that event, but I still sold it. I'm not greedy, but I want to help all the shareholders in terms of liquidity and creating value.
I'll just sum up. I think, sir, we have answered most of his questions, and I just want to inform you that Sandeep Rao is our oldest shareholder. I think we can recollect 7-8 years back when he used to personally come at the AGM hall to attend each and every AGM of RIR.
No, we appreciate it, and as I said, I look forward to meeting you sometime in December.
Yeah.
We will plan a weekend in Halol. If you prefer to come there, if you don't, if there's an issue, we'll set up a meeting in Bombay for shareholders.
And every time, whenever there is an AGM of the company, he always makes efforts to attend the AGM, track results of the company, and so forth. And I'll just tell you one more point. I think Sandeep Rao ji has become a renowned name among the investor circle, retail investor circle, having identified RIR at the most nascent stage when the stock was trading at double digits at that time. So yeah, thank you.
We appreciate Sandeep ji, all your confidence, and we are here. You can get my WhatsApp number from Bhavin. You can WhatsApp me anytime, and if you have any questions or concerns.
Yeah.
Next, we have Mr. Rishil.
Yeah, Rishil ji.
Yeah, hello, sir. I'm a retail shareholder holding shares from like 2-3 years. I'm happy to buy shares at lower price. Created well.
Rishil ji, can you confirm your folio number, last 4 digits?
Actually, I'm very new to this. I googled it. I got DPID. It is like 1600. That is okay.
Okay, fine. You can carry on with the question.
Yeah. So, sir, I have few questions. Like, when can we expect the revenue from the new Odisha plant?
Sure. So we can expect revenue from Odisha plant in next fiscal year, at least beginning. and it would mature in about 3 to 4 years after that. But the revenue will start flowing at, as I mentioned, 2 or 3 stages of the value addition of an ecosystem, starting from epi layer to then packaging and then processed wafers and then chips, packaged chips and modules. It's not just, we try to create revenue stream as quickly as we can, because that helps all of us in terms of return on investment, as well as confidence in terms of going forward, making investment, making right investment in terms of where we see the market opportunities.
Yes. So what can be the profit margin on the new capacities? Like in the 2021, I think you mentioned in one of the interview you can expect like 40-50%. Is it true?
So silicon, that what we do today, that you see the profit margins are about 18 to 20%. Silicon carbide in the beginning will get to about 50%, but once we mature in terms of our product and full utilization of our equipment and fab capacity, I expect that to about 35%.
Okay. So with full capacity utilization, how much revenue can we expect?
So we think, again, I don't know if I'm in US, I don't know what is permitted and not permitted, but I expect target at 5 years from Odisha is about between 850 to 1,000 crores.
Okay, so thank you for your...
Yeah, that is in addition to the core RIR business today, which I expect that to get to about 400 crores in 5 years as well.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thanks for answering the questions.
We have one more speaker shareholder, Mr. Pratik Giri.
Very well-known name, Pratik ji. Thank you.
Sir, always pleasure listening to you. Always very inspiring looking at all the team and the hard work the entire team is putting. I would really not bore you with questions because it has been multiple rounds of question with you. So I would just like to thank the entire team and welcome Sonali to this hardworking team. And I would like to thank you and bring this point to everyone's notice that the moment we are turning, cash flows are getting enough in size, the promoters have taken the decision to increase the dividend, which is I really appreciate that because it's the sharing which is happening, which has already started happening. So I would like to thank you for that, and I would like to congratulate the entire team and a sincere thanks for letting us be a part of this company. And so the most importantly, bringing this technology to India when we have so many big companies, who could have done this earlier. In fact, in this recent semiconductor revolution, as we call it at Shubh Labh Research, we are the one who's bringing the most tech part of it. ATMP and OSATs, everybody is running behind it with large amount of capital. But technology is what we were deficient of, and we at RIR, we are trying to fulfill it. Thanks a lot, sir. Good luck to the entire team.
Thank you very much, Pratik ji. Appreciate your time and support and your best wishes and kind words on behalf of our RIR team. We will remain absolutely transparent at any time. That is my number one, my 40 years of integrity and so forth. The second question, I'm glad you noticed we are looking at adding value. And my motto is, why not? I don't want to follow anyone. I want to be leader, but leader in terms of creating value and wealth. And first 2005, when we brought Silicon Fab to India, many people said, you are making a mistake, don't do it. But I answer myself a question, why not? And I think it's paid off. And I'm sure we'll learn along the way, but I think we are making the right decision.
Thank you, Pratik ji, for your kind words and support. I will request
Thank
the
you, sir.
host
Thank you for your
kindly.
remarks. Sorry, Bhavin, I'm interrupting you. I just got unmuted again. Just wanted to thank you and conclude. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pratik ji. Host, can you check if there are any other shareholders available?
No other.
Since all the questions from the speaker shareholders have been replied to the satisfaction of the members, in case we receive any further queries after this AGM, we will reply them by an email. This concludes the business for the day. I take this opportunity to thank all the shareholders present for their kind cooperation, valuable support and time. The combined results of e-voting along with report of scrutinizer will be intimated to BSE. The results will also be available on the company's website www.ratansha.com, and the same shall also be available at the registered office of the company. Anyone from the audience who would like to propose vote of thanks to chair? With this, Sandeep ji, we'll take vote of thanks from all three of them, Mr. Sandeep ji, Pratik ji, and Naveen ji. I think we'll conclude this with vote of thanks from all three of them. With this, I formally conclude this AGM with vote of thanks to the chair. I wish all the shareholders the very best, good health and safety. Thank you very much for your time and support. We look forward to meeting you next year. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
you, everybody.
This December.
Thank
you very much.
Already I have put thanks to the board and propose a vote of thanks to the chairperson also.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Arshad Mehta and his entire team. Thank you, Bhavin sir, for giving an opportunity to all of us to listen to this AGM. It's always a pleasure. It's always a day that we look forward as shareholders, and what a wealth creation people have done. Kudos to all the team of RIR. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I end the meeting?
Yeah, you can end.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Record.